Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Harley Davidson event at Homecoming. Let's go see what's going on. Hey, we just ran into Jeff from V-Twin Visionary. Our friend, we haven't seen you in what, a few months?
A few months, yeah, since I swung by the offices.
Yeah, catch us up. Let us know what you've been doing in the last few months.
Oh man, we've been hitting the road hard on the tour. You know, the V-Twin Visionary Tour goes coast to coast, and we hit all the big events. We hit all the Moto America bagger races, and then we also stop by every dealer we can get to. So it's pretty cool. It's called a shop stop tour for independent dealers and bike builders, and then we also do what's called a dealer drop-in, which we go to dealers, pull out our $150,000 turbo bike and let them play with it a little bit and check it out, and you know, kind of show them what we do. And we like to take the temperature of the retail level with all the dealers, so it's pretty cool.
Fun. So tell us what happens to this amazing bike.
Usually, and with this one, we're going to raffle it off for charity.
And how can people find out about it?
Just check it out on vtwinvisionary.com.
Do they buy a ticket?
Yeah, it's usually like a $40 ticket, and then you're entered to win, so it's pretty cool.
And when's the drawing?
The drawing will be Daytona next year.
Fun. Make sure you buy a ticket. So is this your first homecoming?
Oh no, we've been here wrapped around the Jeff Decker statue at the museum for 4 years now. We started early on with having shows almost since the inception of V-Twin Visionary 7 years ago with the museum.
This is a great setup.
It's pretty crazy to be here in between the motor restaurant and the museum, you know, underneath one of the most iconic statues in all of motorcycling.
I know.
It's pretty crazy, you know. We're blessed to be able to do shows here. We do a performance show, we do a ride-in show. There's always stuff going on here. We get to show people over 30 brands, all performance and custom stuff, you know, upgrade their stock bikes, and we just have a lot of fun doing it.
Great. So what have you done here this time? For fun?
This year, for fun, oh man, I eat my way through this town. It's so awesome. People don't realize what a great culinary place this is. Like Sobelman's and their Bloody Marys. I mean, everywhere you turn, there's some cool food. You know, a lot of ethnic foods here now, which a guy from California, you don't really expect that. You know, there's a big Hispanic community here. Really good Mexican food here, which blew my mind.
I saw that they even have a luchador theater.
Yes,
Did
they
you see that?
Yeah, how cool is that?
Very cool.
And I mean, they just do it. The Pan-Asian community here is awesome. The food, a place called Dan Dan here is amazing. So, I mean, like I said, when I'm not hanging out doing biker stuff, I'm stuffing my fat face.
That's okay. we got to enjoy ourselves, right?
Agreed, entirely.
So tell me about all the brands that you're carrying.
So, man, it's everybody. You know, we've got heavy hitters, you know, hardcore brands like S&S and SMT wheels, Memphis Shades. I mean, Color Right paint, which is really cool. They're the #1 provider of color match paint for Harley Davidsons and Indians. It's pretty cool because if you scratch your bike, you can get a pen or whatever you need. So I mean, I really like that, and it kind of goes along with your stuff with color matching. You know, it's kind of cool. You know, heavyweights, like I said, Burley, Vance and Hines, Progressive Suspension, Performance Machine. Saddleman seats, of course. You know, we've got Motul oil and Spectra. I mean, we got so much stuff. You got to come out and see it.
Yep, come by and see Jeff if you're here. Hi, I'm here with Joe, the son of the owner of Suburban Harley Davidson.
Yes.
How are you today?
Great.
Good. He's going to tell us about this amazing build.
Well, this bike we built for Harley Davidson Homecoming Rally. They had a competition from 6 local dealers that we were able to take a brand new stock Street Glide and customize it the way we wanted to represent our dealership. And we had a certain budget we had to keep within and use, you know, as much Harley parts we could and a certain percentage of aftermarket parts, and that's what we came up with.
So do I want to ask what the budget was?
It was 20% of the retail of the bike. So depending on what bike you started with, you could have more or less of a budget.
Okay. And I noticed the beautiful, is it hydro dipping?
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
can you show us everything?
So all the painted stuff, whether it be the standard carbon fiber or the forged carbon fiber look, it's all hydro dip. Everything is hydro dip.
Okay, even what looks carbon fiber.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
It's all hydro dip. Every engine part, body work, every part is hydro dip.
So it's the original
Original.
parts, most of them?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Shows a little bit more than the floorboards.
Floorboards are all stock. I mean, are Harley aftermarket parts that we disassembled them all and had them painted and reassembled, put them all back together. The air cleaners, motor parts. Yeah, the aftermarket parts that we have on this thing is the large front tire steamroller, front wheel, and the front fender, and we have it on air ride.
And the wheel is also hydro dipped.
Wheels are hydro
Beautiful.
dipped. Yep.
And what'd you do with the rear?
Same thing. It's on air ride. It's got a stock rear wheel though. We custom made the exhaust on it in house to make it look kind of like a car type theme or different.
And the grips?
Grips are Harley accessory grip.
Okay. Beautiful. So tell us a little bit of the history.
Well, my dad started Suburban Harley Davidson in 1975, was our first year in business. We were the sole owner. My dad passed away 3 years ago, and my mom's still alive, and so she's the owner of the business yet.
So it started as a car
It
dealership.
started as a car dealer in '62. We were American Motors, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Saab dealer.
So I heard this great story that your dad once took a cow as payment.
Yep. Back when we started the Harley business back in '75, it wasn't, AMF still owned them, and it wasn't the easiest thing to sell. And in car business was the same way. We would take anything in trade, campers, trucks, whatever it was, motorcycles, livestock, whatever it took to make a deal.
He sounds amazing, like he thought out of the box.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we got our name, our catchphrase is the famous wheeler dealer, and it comes from just
The
literally
famous
wheeler dealer.
wheeler dealer.
Yeah, that was our catchphrase and still used today. And whatever it takes to make a deal. Like I say, we sold this last night and, sold it for a pretty good, a good price. Customer got a deal on it, and everybody said we should have got more. And we're just like, we don't keep bikes, we just want to sell stuff. So
I love that.
That's our deal.
Okay, so he opened his first Harley store, not at this location, somewhere else.
Yep.
And what year?
We started in '75 in a town in Grafton that was it's probably 10 miles from here north, and we were there till '82, and we worked out of a 60 by 100 foot pole barn. Was our Harley dealer, and then in '82 we moved to this building. That was an old Chrysler building where half of the building was still selling cars. We
And
had
a
owned the
small-
whole building.
And a smaller section was Harley's.
Yep, we had half the building, and the other half of this was added on. So we added on during the 100th, and then got rid of the car business and took over the whole building. And
In what year?
82, so 2003 we added this front half on. 2003 we added it on. Mid 90s we probably took over the whole building.
So mid 90s became all Harley.
All Harley, yeah.
Okay, so did your dad ride?
Oh yes, yep. He rode up until probably 2 years from when he passed away, or a year maybe even. He rode all the time.
So were you just a kid when you started working here?
I started working at the Harley dealer in Grafton at the pole barn when I was 14, and couldn't get away from school fast enough to come work on them. And this is all I've ever done. And went and got my license early because we get it through school, but mine didn't come till fall, so we went to school in summer, or school in summer to get my driver's license, and then immediately got my motorcycle license, and that's all I've ever done is work on Harleys.
So then what was your first Harley?
Was a '79 Sportster.
And I'm sure working here you got to ride whatever you wanted.
Yep. So, my first one when I was 16 was a '79 Sportster. We used to buy bikes from the factory that were picture bikes or test bikes or whatever, and we bought those quite often, and we had a couple come in, and He's like, which one do you want to ride? We picked the '79 Sportster. And you never got to keep it long because if it was sold, you get something else. But it was that, and then we went to lowriders, and and now I have a Pan American that I customized. It
And
looks like
that's
a
what you
road
ride
glide.
now?
That's what I ride now, but
So,
like I said, I can ride just about anything.
so being in the business all your life, what's your favorite bike and what year?
Oh boy, I guess my favorite bike isn't a street bike. It's an XR 750 race
Okay.
bike.
Mhm.
I think they sound the coolest. We used to race them and stuff. Um, there's been a lot of bikes through the year that I like. Cafe racers and
So I know you guys are
lowrider.
really involved in the Bagger Racing League. Did you race?
I used to dirt track for years, and then I car raced for a while, and now I just build them all and let younger, faster kids ride them
Okay.
for me.
So now your specialty is building them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So what have you built recently that you were really excited about, other than this bike?
Well, like all the race bikes that are placed throughout the dealership, I built those and keep them running. And we
There
have
one that was your favorite?
It's hard to say which one's the favorite because they all
You
take a
love them all.
labor of love. Yeah.
Yeah.
We built a couple. We built one bike last year for Drag Specialties MVP show that we built the race bike in 2 days at the show. That was
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah, I think you were telling me about that the
Yeah,
other
we just
day.
rolled in with a stock street bike, and 3 of us in 2 days turned it into a race bike.
That's magical.
And then somebody ended up buying it, and then ended up racing it in California against us, and came in second to us. We won. So
That's
that was
awesome.
That was
Second
kind of
place.
cool. Yeah, a lot of people, didn't think you could do it, and
Yeah.
that was kind of cool.
Nice. Thank you so much, Joe.
You bet. You bet.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming.
Hey, we just got our tickets for the Harley Davidson Museum. Let's go check it out. Come on. Hi, we're here with Blackula. He's going to show us his motorcycle. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, and welcome to Milwaukee.
Thank you. We
Yes.
love it here. There's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much going on.
This is the Mecca when it comes to cycling.
Yes, it is. We went to the museum yesterday. Fantastic. Seeing
Absolutely.
all those old bikes. 1912.
Board track racing, the whole 9 yards.
Everything.
Cool. So this is my 1977 shovelhead FLH. It came originally on an all-stock bike, and over a year, I accessorized it with all Harley Davidson parts.
Okay.
And after completion, it was in the museum for 2 exhibits, one for 2 years and one for 3 years. So I just got it back out in March of 2025.
Okay, so tell me, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, most people would refer to all of the details as a Coney Island bike, something you would see out of New York with all the bright lights. And so you
Okay.
throw as many accessories on as you can. So that was the intention. The tailpipes were built in 1976 and were gifted to me by a guy named Carlos Mejia out of Puerto Rico. His
Okay.
father built those pipes in 1976.
They sort of look like bat wings.
Exactly. In Puerto Rico, they call them patas de gallinas, which is like chicken feet.
Okay.
Right? So that's where that comes from. And then the seat rail, a gentleman named Ernie Barkman out of Somers, New York, produced that seat rail for me. Used to do a lot of welding in the 60s and 70s, and he did that for me as part of this project.
The details on that cross are beautiful.
Yeah, so that's
And
my
then he
throne.
put your name, Blackula.
Absolutely.
What about the seat?
Well, the seat is an original pan seat from the era, but instead of regular leather, I use belly of the alligator and then Italian leather to just kind of give it a little more detail. Back in that era, they were really unique on accessorizing, so I tried to recreate that era.
It looks really comfortable.
Absolutely.
What else? Let's
This
see.
is a
Let's go to
special
the-
feature here. These are pretty unique. Some people call these like hen's teeth because they're pretty rare. These are Harley Davidson gas caps with the actual combination on them. I put 414 because that's Milwaukee's area code,
Okay.
but those
And
are actual gas caps.
so you have to put the
You have
combination
to
in
put
to
the
open
combination
them,
in, click it, and then it opens up.
but you won't give me the combination.
I can give you one of the numbers. Don't put sugar in there, just gas.
And I see the chicken feet again.
Absolutely. Trying to play on Harley Davidson Eagle theme
Yes.
and the pipes.
Okay.
So we put that claw foot on there
Did you see the clawfoot?
and then
Beautiful.
added this police siren just to give it some flair when we're riding and announce that we're coming. So back in the day, the police would actually engage this by putting their heel,
Uh-huh.
then the back rubs on the rear of the tire,
Okay.
and it sounds like that old siren.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
Cool
that's
feature.
cool. I never heard of that before.
And
This-
then signed by a couple of the Davidsons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whose signature is
Right.
this?
So this is Jean Davidson. She's the granddaughter of Walter Davidson, one
Yes.
of the original founders. And then Karen Davidson, she is the daughter of Willie G. And Willie G is the grandson of one of the original founders too, William Davidson.
Oh, okay.
So blessed to have someone like them sign
Sign.
and autograph my bike.
I love that. That's cool. This is a beautiful bike.
So that's Blackula in a nutshell.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
Love
Thanks
it.
for asking and thanks for coming to our city.
Or once in a while, I'll do a little walk around in the morning with the face, I'm half asleep. Hi, it's Animal at Suburban Harley. And, I listened to the thing after I posted it about a half hour and I go, oh my God, that sounds bad. Maybe I should just delete this.
No. Hey, so we are here with Jim, who everyone knows as Animal at Suburban Harley. And I didn't ask you, why Animal?
A long time ago, it came from eating food off the floor in a public place.
What?
Just leave it at that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not because I'm a musician.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I heard him play the organ. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Well, so besides the organ, tell us a little bit about Suburban Harley. How long have you been here?
I've been here 41 years, and it seems like it was just yesterday we started. Time has slipped away very quickly.
Yeah. I love that this store, everyone has been here for a really long time.
Well, most places you're a number. Here, you're part of the family. Family-owned business, you're treated like family, including some arguments and fights, like every good family has, but it's just irreplaceable. Family-owned businesses are the way to be. We love it.
So you've been here 41 years. So you've been here since the beginning. Did you come here right when they moved here or right before?
Actually, I was in this building before we moved down, getting it ready. So about 6 months before we moved the Harley dealership down here, I was starting to paint things and do some electrical and carpentry work.
Okay.
And turned into the parts department work.
Awesome. And now you're the parts manager. How long have you been?
That's been almost 20 years, but now with the IT world, I spend as much time doing IT work as parts work some days.
Okay. And how long have you been writing?
I started riding motorcycles in 1976. I got my first Harley in 1980.
And what was that?
It was a Roadster, 79 Roadster XLS. And of course, that had taller shocks on it and an extended front end. So what did I do? I put a 6-over front end on top of that. Made it more like a dirt bike because that was what I was comfortable with.
Okay, so you were riding dirt bikes before that?
Yes.
At what age?
Oh gosh, by the time I was about 16, 17.
Okay, so you've been
At
riding all your life pretty much.
Most of my life.
What do you ride now?
As usually I try to drive a 24 Street Glide. I still have a 99 Buell in back, but it's not seen a lot of the road in the last couple years.
Well, we were talking about putting an ST fairing on it.
Yes, indeed. And maybe ape hangers? Yeah, sometimes. Beautiful. Yep.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Suburban Harley.
Well, Suburban Harley, again, family-owned business. Wayne kind of talked his way into getting into the offices of the motor company and becoming a dealer. We have been, again, very family-oriented. We will, to this day, work on just about any Harley. If you bring in your panhead, your knuckle, your shovel, your Evo, we're not scared of those. We have technicians who are well-versed in many of the bikes, not just the new stuff. We have parts inventory for the older ones as well as newer ones.
Yeah, your techs are great, and we've been working together since 2019. So tell me about aftermarket parts.
Well, honestly, we drink the Kool-Aid of Harley bikes. We buy parts from, I think my vendor list is over 150 vendors. Again, Advanblack, of course, we deal with many of the vendors that Drag Specialties is under their umbrella. In the day, we had Custom Chrome with Santee and some of the other ones, Paco stuff. We've worked with Midwest Motorcycle Supply. How about New England Motorcycle Company, Nemco?
Oh, okay.
That's a
So,
blast
yeah,
from the past. So we've embraced building bikes and keeping your bikes going. And whether it be a chopper, a girder front end, doesn't matter. As long as it was basically a Harley, we embraced you and your bike.
I know.
And the
We
products.
love working with you guys. Every time I call you, I feel like I'm on the radio, that deep voice.
A gentleman who owns Wisconsin's only Grammy Award-winning recording studio, which is located about a mile east of here, walked in one day to talk to the sales department or whatever, and he heard me page, and he goes, I need that voice. I need that voice. And he was looking for me. And I ended up, long story short, doing voiceovers for movies and theaters. So I'd leave here sometimes after work, go down to the studio and spend hours. And at that time, they were doing it on tape. So
Okay.
it wasn't digital editing. It was, you read it too slow. You read it too fast. You slurred this word. So you retook and retook. But then these 27-second spots, when you went to the theater to watch a movie, you'd hear me telling you about some product. And that lasted a couple years, late 90s. And we were going to do a television show out of that. And what was the line I had? Something about, I don't know, it's a character so long, I forgot. But it was cool, and it never took off.
But I bet that I heard your voice somewhere because I knew the moment I heard you on the phone, I know this voice. It's a radio voice. So you made it all the way to California.
And anytime you call here, you'll still hear me as well as several other people on hold. We do on-hold recording messages pretty much monthly. So we try to keep the topic fresh and allow you, when you call us, to hear us.
I do hear you
not
when I'm
some
on
voice
hold.
from somebody in Florida or someplace else.
You're right. I do hear you when I'm on hold.
So, again, we want to reach out and connect with our customers. One of the things we like to do.
That's great. I do feel like I'm at home here. It's a great store.
Well, that's our goal, and you're always welcome, and we
Oh.
appreciate you being here.
I do have something else to ask you. I just found out that in Wisconsin, you cannot buy or sell a bike or a car
On Sundays.
on Sundays.
Blue laws. They date back from probably the 1930s.
Oh,
And there's exceptions you can get, but in general, we will have no salespeople here tomorrow. But we learn to work around it.
but you can still sell parts,
Oh,
just
yeah.
not.
The store will be wide open tomorrow by 10 o'clock. Parts sales, clothing sales, everything else. We just can't do vehicle sales on Sundays.
Okay. I never heard of that before.
It's a blast from the past. No, sing Far, Far Away. So I'd be outstanding in my field. Right? Outstanding in the field. There you go. Make sure it's not going to be. There you go. Perfect.
So we're here with Big D, too. Big D's been working parts for how long?
15 years here now.
15 years. So tell me how you got into the business.
So basically, I got into business. I used to be in the automotive industry, and long story short, got let go from what I was doing in the automotive industry, and put my resume out on. I don't remember what it
Indeed
was
or
now.
something.
Yeah, something like that. And I got a phone call from Scott, the old GM that was here. and
Uh-huh.
Came up here, interviewed with him, and never looked back. Kept
So
moving forward, and I'm an old gearhead and a muscle head and like to work on cars and work on motorcycles. I was a boat mechanic, I was a snowmobile mechanic, a dirt bike mechanic,
you know a little bit about
a
everything.
little bit
back
about
here?
everything, yes. And I came up here, and basically as Animal would always say, I'm his right-hand man, literally, figuratively,
Right
everything.
hand,
Right
yeah.
hand, yes, in every way, shape, and form. I've learned a lot from him over the years. I came in with a broad knowledge of motorcycles and doing everything, and had fun with it, got creative, and working here with the crew at Suburban, we get to explore our creative sides.
That's awesome.
From all
Did-
the bike builds and stuff like that.
I was about to ask that. Do they ever pull you to the builds?
I get a few. We get our information thrown in and put in with everybody, and
That's great.
they kind of pull it in.
So you get to
and-
be part of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Were you
it's
part of
always-
the Gold Bike?
No, actually, I wasn't.
Okay.
But
other ones.
other ones, yes.
Okay.
But we have a lot of fun with it, and Animals give me a lot of opportunities here, and we've done a lot of stuff, and my mind has been expanded in many ways, shape and form. And I go through. I'll sit on the websites and I'll look through and started working with Advanblack stuff and noticed a lot of your stuff, and I was like, man, that's cool. We can do this and we can do this. So I throw a little flair of everything and anything in there, and we make the bikes. I bring a customer's vision to life at times, So when they ask me, "Can I do this? Can I do this?" Absolutely, we can make anything happen.
So you help them personalize it.
Yes, I do. I do a lot of the customizing with them. I'll sit down with customers. I've done multiple bikes here for customers, and they keep coming back for more. And it's a great sense.
Awesome.
And finding your guys' products, I can throw more and do more, and I throw a little splash of everybody's in there. Everybody's got their own
I
taste.
like it.
So it's a great thing, and that's one thing we love about Advanblack. You guys got a lot of flair, a lot of versatility, and it's
Lots of choices.
lots of choices, incredible product, colors, everything like that. So you get a guy that's got a vision that wants to do certain things. Yeah, hey, you got this paint color, let's get it matched. I mean, I worked with you with that Lowrider ST, the El Diablo. We got that color
that's
figured
right.
out. So
Yep.
that customer's now a lifelong customer to come to us because he's happy we sell Advanblack.
Great.
So that's the best thing about my job is I make people happy and they come back, and
And that's very satisfying.
right, it's a
I
very
know.
satisfying feeling.
So tell me a little bit about you and how you got into riding your first Harley.
How I got into riding, I was basically told by my mother, "You'll never have a motorcycle," and I went, "Oh, really? Guess what?
Oh no!
I went and bought a dirt bike."
I better
I
not ever say that to my son.
I started riding dirt bikes when I was probably about 8 years old. Moved up and down, broke my arm, broke my legs. Did stuff like that.
So you were trying to stunt.
Well, you get with a bunch of group of guys, we do jumps and stuff like that. And you learn the hard way, and then it just kept progressing forward more. My uncle was a rider. He wasn't a Harley rider, but he rode Gold Wings, and and I just kept.
So
I
you
fell
thought
in
it
love
was
with the
cool
sport.
and
Yeah,
okay.
I fell in love with it, and that's when I got into dirt bikes and repairing them. I'd blow up my dirt bike and rebuild the piston. So it got me more and more curious about it, and it sparked the interest from there on
Became
out.
sort of a hobby.
Yep. And then my first Harley was a 1993 Fat Boy. Had
Okay.
that for a while. Then I went to a Road King. I had an Ironhead Sportster, and I currently ride an '07 Ultra. So
And I heard your wife rides too.
my wife does ride. We just got her a '98 Sportster 883. So we just got done customizing that for her to make her feel good. So
How does she like it?
so far she loves it. She hasn't rode it much yet, but she loves it.
Okay. And she also works here.
Part time. Yep.
Part-time.
She fills in once in a while here and there. She also works in the dental field and helps.
Yeah, I
do a lot
was
of stuff
talking
like
to
that.
her about that, but I think it's great that you guys are just a huge family
Right,
here.
and that's one thing I love about this place is we're a family. It's not just a worker type environment. It's like
Yeah.
Animal has New Year's Eve parties. He invites us over. So we go have.
Does he play the organ during the parties?
No, we usually just have a few cocktails and have a good time. But
I would ask him for a concert.
right.
Yeah.
I've actually gone to church and listened to Animal plays the organ.
He
So,
sounds
He
amazing. I
does.
heard a
He's-
recording.
He's very incredible. He's
Yeah.
very, very incredible.
Well, if
know.
you guys need anything, stop by, see Animal, or visit Big D. He'll help you guys out with anything you need. Right?
Absolutely, we will. We're no
Thank
strangers to
you.
doing it.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. It's been a great event with you guys here.
It has. Homecoming has been awesome. Hey guys, I'm here with Todd, the general manager at Suburban Harley Davidson. Hey Todd.
How's it going?
Good. So I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
How did you become the general manager here?
Oh gosh, I started my career as a car washer at a little, at a new car dealership in Milwaukee in
Okay.
the car wash department, and I just worked my way up, and I
And-
never quit. When I'd get yelled at, I wouldn't quit and walk away. I just hung with it, and eventually that led to another job at the dealership and another. But I've always known Wayne Houpt, who owns Suburban.
So was it through one of his car dealerships?
No, I actually worked at a competitor, but just through the car business is how I
Okay.
met Wayne. And I've also been a motorcycle enthusiast.
So when did you start riding?
Oh gosh, 6 years old, my dad brought home a dirt bike.
You were a baby.
I was a baby.
Okay,
Yep.
and your first Harley?
My first Harley was a '96 Heritage Softail that my dad had owned for a year, and then he sold it to me. And
That's
from then on,
awesome.
it was on. But I
And you had to earn it. I love that.
Yeah, I had to. Well, at the time, I just had my first child, and my dad knew that money wasn't that great. So he bought a Road King, and he said, "I got this Heritage sitting here. I'll cut you a deal." And he cut me a deal.
Awesome. So when did you start working at Suburban?
About 20 years ago,
Okay.
I started. I was brought on board to help Wayne's sons, Joe and Scott, run the business. And unfortunately, we lost Scott about 6 years ago, and Wayne never faltered or wavered on his dedication to his store. He says, "You guys just keep running it."
That's
So
awesome.
That's what we do.
So tell me a story about Wayne since you got to work with him.
Well, stories about Wayne.
I've heard so many amazing stories.
They're amazing stories. I had a great father who I lost about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but Wayne definitely was my second dad. And the good thing about Wayne is obviously he owned not only just this business, we own a couple other businesses that I also oversee. And you would think with somebody of that stature that every time we got together, we would talk numbers in business, and that wasn't the case. When we got together, we would talk a few numbers, and then he'd say, "Where do you want to go to lunch?"
Oh,
And we go to like either a small diner or nothing extravagant, but that's how Wayne was. He was, people would think maybe he wasn't the most successful in the room, but that's how he liked it, because I knew when I went into a room with Wayne, I was with the most successful guy in the room.
he just sounds like an incredible person.
Oh, he was great. He was a lot of fun, but he honestly wanted his employees to succeed. He never held his employees down. He wanted to help them. He would do anything for anybody.
That's
He
great.
was just a great guy.
Yeah. And do you have any stories about how he got Wayne's, what is it called, Wayne's Drive-In?
Oh, the
Or
drive-in?
yeah.
Oh, I know the whole story. Well, Wayne and his wife, Joan, who is still our owner, Wayne passed away, but he, as a young person, he lost his father at a young age in a race car accident. His dad raced midgets, and I believe when Wayne was 2, his dad unfortunately got killed. So Wayne grew up with really not a lot of money. There was everything Wayne did, he earned that himself. Nothing was given to him. So when he would get a little bit of money, his favorite thing was to go to the malt shop and get a malt for a nickel and a burger for 20 cents.
That's why the shakes are so delicious over
Yeah,
there.
they're amazing. They're so good. But when he became successful, he just wanted to have those things that he enjoyed as a kid. And when he went into Wayne's Drive-In, it wasn't as a money-making business. It was something he wanted, and he wanted to make it affordable for the people that would dine there.
And delicious.
But high quality. Our
Yes.
food, I mean, I also, with a great general manager, I oversee that too, and I know the
Okay.
quality of the food is top notch. We don't buy the cheapest.
Yeah. We ate there 2
yeah.
days ago.
No,
It was so
that,
good.
That meat is never frozen, it's fresh, but
And the
point is,
buns.
yeah.
The buns were good.
the buns are something that Wayne hunted, and same, he uses real butter. You know, a lot of restaurants, I'm not a restaurant expert.
I love butter. And
Yeah.
I said that they have
It's
butter
real.
on them.
So Wayne traveled around to try to find the right butter, and we only use 100% butter. It might not be the healthiest, but that's what he likes. So the point is, he put the restaurant together, and he wanted it to be affordable for families that
That couldn't.
have kids and that just can't spend
Yeah.
that kind of money. So if you check our menu against anybody, it's less, but the quality is definitely higher. That's just him, and he gave back.
It was great
It is a
burger.
profitable business, but you know, he never needed to like make a ton,
Yeah.
just a little.
Right.
So that's what's great about him.
That's so cool.
So-
I love that. Please make it to Wayne's Drive-In if you're here.
Yes, go to Wayne's Drive-In. We own that. Go to Toast, the building in front of it. We own that too, but we lease that out to a really great restaurateur.
Okay.
Check
so,
them both out.
So we got a little
But
sidetrack.
first, come by Harley
Yes, first come here.
and get your products.
Or to go see Animal at the parts department,
Yep.
Big D. Come by and see their bikes. Tell me about your inventory.
Inventory fluctuates a lot. Right now, used bikes are really banging hard. I mean, that's a really strong market. I've got a great sales manager who travels and handpicks bikes out of auction if he needs
Okay,
to. But
I
we
did
also
see the
yeah,
inventory.
and we're also very strong on trade-ins. So I get, a good selection of that. I can get all the new Harleys I want, and we run through them. I don't like to run a bike show. I like to sell bikes. So, our stuff doesn't stick around long. We get it in, we get it out. I mean, we're the famous wheeler dealer. I take anything in on trade.
Yes, we heard about that.
Yeah, that's
a
true.
cow on trade. That was a great
We're
story,
taking
too.
everything. Cows. I prefer motorhomes, race car trailers, race cars. I love race cars. And we've taken complete truck, trailer, race car in the trailer. We've taken that whole thing in on trade. And we'd take anything. Food products, land. If you got land you want to trade, I do that too.
You
That's
heard
all
it here
because of
from the
Wayne.
GM.
I learned that from Wayne. I learned that all from Wayne.
Well, I heard he had the Midas touch.
He was smart.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say he got lucky. You don't get lucky the amount of times he did. You're
That's
smart.
true.
He's a very, there's certain people that are just entrepreneurial spirits. He was one of them. Me, I like to work for him. He liked to own everything. I'm happy to work and run his
That's
business.
awesome.
So,
Aw. Is there anything else that you want our audience to know about Suburban Harley?
no, we've just still family owned, operated. It's a great place to go to. We may not have the flashiest building, but I like to tell people it's paid for.
Yes, Thiensville is a beautiful town.
It is.
Yes, if you're in the area, please come by and visit Suburban Harley. Thank
Come
you
by.
so much,
Thank
Todd.
you. Thanks for
Great
coming
talking
out.
to you, of
For
course.
sure.
Thank you for having us.
Excellent.
Hey, we just caught up with Donna, otherwise known as Miss Boots,
Yes, that's correct.
from Women on Wheels. Tell me a little bit about this organization.
Women on Wheels is a family organization that was started over 42 years ago by two ladies that just felt passionate about riding. And what's unique about it is it's a family organization. We have men in it. And we also have children in it.
Oh, cool.
So when we have our special events, which we do every year, we go to a location in the United States, on one side of the Mississippi to the other. That's what drew me to this group.
The travel.
Yes, because I didn't start riding until I was 55 years old. And my first bike was a Honda VTX 1300.
Okay.
Okay, now I've got the bike, now what do I do? And I found these ladies, and they said, we do these events. So my first ride was to Boyden Mountain, Michigan.
And you're from?
I live here in, at that time I lived in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And so I planned the route all on my own and just put it together with my sister-in-law, and off we went. It was just a unique experience to travel on your own and go to this event where there were 300 women there
Sort of
with
felt
the
like
same passion,
that you felt.
the uniqueness about riding.
And the freedom.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the freedom, yeah, it just is incredible. So that is part of what the group is about, besides the camaraderie of when you're together. And
Right.
all year round, you're communicating with each other, helping you through the Wisconsin winter, the weather and stuff like that.
And so how can one join?
We have a website, womenonwheels.org, that you can go to, and you can sign up on the site. And what's unique also about us is we ride all kinds of motorcycles.
Not just Harley.
Correct,
Okay.
correct, yes.
What do you ride now?
Right now I am on a Can-Am because I'm aging and my body wasn't agreeing with the clutching anymore. So
You need something
it
softer.
was taking, the clutching in the carpal tunnel was going up my arms. So the smile was off my face. And I go, this is wrong, this is wrong. So the world, and when I was looking at three wheels, I thought about triking my Victory. And then at that time, Polaris stopped making them. So a lot of issues. This is part of what you learn too when you're doing this.
Yeah.
The ins and outs of a piece of machinery and what works, what doesn't work.
So you need it to make it comfortable for you so you can enjoy the ride.
Right. So then I discovered the Can-Ams, and I have a F3 Can-Am, and it's fun. It put the smile back on my face, and I'm out there enjoying life again. And I just came back from West Virginia where we had our last event. We were in Canaan Valley, and we had the whole resort rented just for our ladies. We had about 250 ladies that came out for this event.
What a blast. So where's your next ride?
Manhattan, Kansas.
Okay.
And the reason we're going there is next year will be our 40th anniversary of a ride-in of these events. And also we have a chapter in Kansas that's had 40 years of existence is holding together as a chapter. So we're going to have one big party together, and it's a 40th.
It's organized by women, but not just for women.
Correct. We have a board of trustees, which is another thing that's unusual for groups. That's why I ended up being the president, but I've been on the board for 5 years and got put into, and it's very uniquely handled. And always in protection of our women and everything. And the men are what we call our support members, but they're awesome, and they love how we put stuff together. They just can't wait until we come and do stuff like this. They love it. I mean, at our events, we have organized rides for what we call the support members, our first-time riders, our chapter directors. It's all organized before they get there, so they can sign up for different things.
How fun. Okay, if you're interested, make sure you go to womenonwheels.org.